Jivanmukta Gita. Asatoma garden gamaya, tamasoma jyotir gamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Again and again, I humbly praise that great being who pervades all creation, shines everywhere as consciousness, ever free, the witness of all actions, true knowledge and no different from my own Supreme Self. The attainment of liberation while still in the body is called Jivanmukti. It signifies a very specific state of consciousness. If this state of liberation were identified with the death of the physical body, then this liberation, which would come as a result of the death of the physical body, would be equally attainable by animals, such as dogs and pigs. The Jiva is Samshiva. Thus, the Jiva sees itself in all beings and experiences oneness with all that exists. One who sees only this truth in life is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. Just as the sun illuminates the entire world, so Brahman, permeating all creation and inseparable therefrom, illuminates the entire world. One who realizes this is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while still alive. Just as the moon appears multiple when reflected in the water of ponds, lakes, rivers, and pots, and yet is one single entity, so the Atman, the Supreme Self, appears multiple when it assumes various forms. Only he who knows the truth of the Atman is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. Brahman is inherent in all existence. For this reason, it has neither differences nor sameness, or, in other words, it cannot be defined in terms of differences, lack of differences, or difference identity. One who sees Brahman in this way is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while still alive. The nature of reality is this: the subtle body transcends the limitations of space. The Supreme Being is the soul in this subtle body. I am both the actor and the experiencer. One who knows this to be so is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated while still alive. One who has risen above the senses, mind, and intellect, and has realized his inner highest self, is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated during life. One whose activities are free from grief and passionate infatuation, and for whom there is neither acceptable nor unacceptable, is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated while alive. One who has come to the conclusion, I do not know of any activity which is considered prescribed, or in other words, one who never perceives himself as doing an activity while performing any activity and understands that activity as such is some Brahman, is said to be a Jivanmukta, liberated while alive. One who realizes and truly sees the Supreme Lord of all creation in the form of that Spirit who permeates all space and consequently all beings, the centers of activity, is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated during life. The Jiva of every creature existing since time immemorial is Samshiva. Therefore, the Jiva is indestructible. One who has realized this truth and does not harbor hatred towards any being is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while still alive. The Supreme Self is the Guru. It is you. It is all this. It is the all-pervading Spirit. Nothing can harm it. Thus, the Jiva and the Shiva are one. Therefore, they can neither decrease nor increase. One who knows this truth is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated while alive. What the wise see through inner self-inquiry is their mind. When the mind focuses on Soham, I am that, it becomes that. This mind, when meditating on I am that, is the all-pervading Shiva himself. One who knows this truth is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. What the wise see through meditation is the spirit. The spirit is called spiritual awareness and the mind of the wise. It is also called emptiness, destruction, and utter destruction. One who knows this truth is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while alive. He is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life, whose mind is always filled with bliss as a result of awareness, contemplation, and meditation, who is always in meditation and is free from dualistic ideas about burden and liberation. Only the sage whose mind is risen above the qualities of his nature always abides in bliss, the source of which is within himself. Such a sage, enjoying the realization of Brahman, is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while alive. Those who have seen the inner light in their spiritual heart through meditation have transcended the mind and subjugated it. As a result, they see reality as Soham or Hamsa. That am I, and I am that. One who realizes his supreme essence in this way is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. Shiva, Shakti, the microcosm, the macrocosm, the field of consciousness, the heart, and the reckless passion, all of these are equally one and the same supreme being, Atman. One who realizes this truth is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. That sage who has transcended the states of waking, dreaming, and deep dreamless sleep, and always abides in the fourth transcendental state of consciousness, whose mind always meditates on Soham, I am that, is dissolved in this experience, is said to be a Jivanmukta, liberated while alive. The mind realizing itself as that through the experience of Soham abides in the eternal spirit, being like a bead strung on the thread of transcendental consciousness. The reality represented by the mantra Soham is the transcendental Brahman itself. It is formless. One who knows this truth is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated while alive. The mind conditions the perception of multiplicity, indifference, and worldly people, and the perception of unity in the wise. One who does not perceive imaginary multiplicity and is established in the perception of unity is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated in life. One whose mind has realized this wisdom and always firmly adheres to the principles of this teaching, leading to spiritual perfection, ultimately attain moksha, and is considered a Jivanmukta, liberated during life. A practitioner of yoga attains a superior mind. Because he has renounced all that is transitory, his outward appearance resembles that of one who dwells in inaction. One who has renounced all that is transitory and external is considered a Jivanmukta, one liberated while still alive. Thus ends the song of Jivanmukta, sung by Dattatreya.